Ocean.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Mlb Dfs Pre-Lock Live. Your FearlessChoice.com. I'm here with my man, Corey Heyman. What's up, brother?
Not much. How are you guys doing? We're running
Doing
lineups
well.
together right now. Yeah.
We're hanging in here for Friday night. We're gonna move quickly through this. I got some family stuff I got to deal with, so we'll hopefully be out here like in a half hour or so. And slate's kind of cut and dry, really. I think there's a couple big decisions we got to make, but after that, though, I mean, there's only a few spots where we really want to look up. So my top plays, I don't think it's posted yet. It'll be up in a second. Yeah, I said a comment. I look my no baseball hat because my wife just cut my hair and I got to go I'm going to a Henry V play, or Henry VIII, something like that, with my family. So I'm putting a shirt on as soon as I get done with this. All right, guys. So let's just get right into pitching. Devin just DM'd me the cheat sheet is updated, so you guys can follow along if you want to update that too, Corey.
Yeah,
we can deal with that too. I gotta get my top plays posted too, so I can look at that as I'm talking. So there's no weather tonight. Obviously, we got a game in Coors Light down here in Dunedin. It's like 90 degrees down here, dry, hot. The ball's gonna be flying. We talk about it a lot though, but it's a little minor league spring training stadium. Home runs galore. 2 home run pitchers going tonight. Got to pay attention to that. Then we also have the Yankees playing in New York. They're talking like 30 mile an hour winds. I haven't seen anything update on the winds. Maybe I got a feeling it's going to drop a little bit, but
it says 19 miles an hour out right now.
I was just going to say that I wouldn't be surprised if it dropped down to 19 miles an hour, or 20 miles. I was going to say 19, but I don't see any weather. I just looked at the Kevin Ross thing, and there's nothing new beside the wind. So my thing is with the Yankees, you get caught up in this Yankee stuff all the time. Everybody gets excited. Yankees become chalk. They don't come through. So I don't know. Keep that in mind. Let me update this cheat sheet as we're talking. The main thing is be two pitchers. I mean, pitching tonight, pretty much three pitchers we're looking at for cash. Yeah, Cole, Bieber, and Darvish, your three elite pitchers. So, and then coming behind on the popular players is going to be Andrew Heaney. He's 6'8" on DK. Really good price. Coming off, I mean, a couple decent games. His last game was against Houston, pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, 10 Ks, 101 pitches. My problem, though, that's a ceiling game from Andrew Heaney. You're not gonna see that every night. You're not gonna see him get 10 strikeouts in 6 innings. I mean, he did throw 100 pitches. The game before that was against Minnesota. He had 6 strikeouts, 5 innings, 79 pitches. To me, Heaney is more of it's like a boomer bust pitcher. But yes, the price is what's making him popular. I think what's happening is a lot of value has popped out in the last hour. And I'm looking at lineups. So you can go two directions here. And then I'll let you make a comment on this, whether you agree with me or not. First, we have Cole going. Looking between Cole, Bieber, and you, if you had to pick one of them, I would rank him Cole, Bieber, and you. Pretty much you at the third because his strikeouts just aren't there like the other two yet this year. You got Cole against Detroit, who's pretty much one of the worst hitting teams in major leagues. Yeah, the wind's blowing out. But remember, I mean, they still got to make contact to hit the ball out. So, but there is a little bit of hiccup there because of the wind. So, and Cole will give up a home run. We've seen it. He'll give up 2 or 3 home runs, but kind of like a Max, he can deal with it, and he'll still punch out enough guys and get you your 30 DK. The thing with Bieber, who's another, great pitcher, elite, the best in the game, is Chicago, the White Sox do tend to hit him well. You look back at the BB, a lot of these guys have hit him over the years. So there's always a chance of these, and the White Sox right now are kind of clicking on all cylinders. There's always a chance these White Sox, a Brew hits them really well. I know Moncada hits them. Timmy Anderson's not afraid of them. So there is a little bit of a potential there of these guys hitting Bieber. But at the end of the day, he's elite.
Yeah, I mean, he did pitch against them 2 weeks ago, though, and he did throw a complete game 3-hitter, 11 punchies. So, I mean, like, you got to look at it that way, too. I mean, listen, he is Shane Bieber. I mean, he was Cy Young last year. So, yeah, no, I get it. I mean, and that was our big topic of if you go Heaney and either Cole or Bieber, then you can get 2 big bats. But we've had this situation before. I can't remember who the 2 pitchers were we had. We took 2 elite arms because you're guaranteed the points. Like, Cole's going to give up 2 solo home runs tonight. It's probably what's going to happen. He never puts up a crooked number. It's usually like 1 run here, 1 run there.
Yep.
But if he punches out 10 guys and he throws 6 innings, you're going to get a lot of, quality star points. He's going to get the win, hopefully. I mean, so yeah, I mean, I know I just jumped in, but yeah, I think the Bieber Cole route can definitely be done. I mean, we already found the value. So, unless you want to have 2 big, 2 big bats in your lineup, like 2, monster bats, but that's your choice. So.
And I agree because I think once again, when you're guaranteed, even if you get 20 points from Bieber or Cole, they get a few runs. We've stacked up the Yankees before. We've stacked up Toronto and Dunedin before, where it was a couple of weeks ago, they got 2 hit by some trash can pitcher. So there's always a chance of these bats, even these 5K bats, giving you a goose egg. Yep. So I just feel like you're in a much safer spot, spending the money, going with the guaranteed points. I'm not saying I'm right. It was earlier in the day. To me, it was Heaney and Cole because, to me, that's kind of a misprice on Heaney. He shouldn't be that low, especially how he's pitching. But, what was the game? he pitched against the White Sox, I think it was, early in the season. Yeah, he lasted 3 innings, gave up 7 runs, 4 Ks, and then he went to Dunedin at Hitters Park and shut down Toronto like 7-1. But that's what I mean. That was a game too. We thought, I remember that was a Friday night.
Yep.
It was a Friday night. We thought he was going to score a run, so that's what you got to watch. So that was one of the games. You Kershaw. That was on a Friday night. That was the same night where the Twins game got canceled. We all had all the Twins guys,
Yes.
but there was another game though too with Cole, I think, was on, but it doesn't matter. I guess what we're trying to say is you're guaranteed 60 points, 60 plus. I'd rather take that than take a chance on. I played Acuna last night. Will we get 2 points out of him or something? So you're not going to get 2 points out of Cole, no matter what. I mean, it happens. What's going to happen once a season? You know what I mean? Once every 2 seasons.
But regardless, he's going to be 60% owned, so it's not even going to matter. So, you're taking a risk with, Haney might be worth, his value, he's might only be like 20% owned. I think it'll be higher than that, but he could throw up a goose egg. If you got Cole, you're in a better spot. So,
Right. And you're going to get 10 Ks out of Bieber and Cole.
Yep.
Hopefully you get that out of Heaney too, but you never know. One thing I will say is that if you are going the Cole Bieber route, making more than one lineup, definitely stack against that ownership and make a Seattle stack in there. Because there's a better chance of Haney blowing up than you, Cole, and Bieber. So, and if Haney's 50% on or whatever, and that Seattle stack goes off, you're 50% ahead of the field. So, just something different to look at. Anybody else you're looking at for pitching? I mean, if anybody else, I guess, would be more of a, of course, would be GBP plays. Oh, Freddie Peralta. He's playing pitching against the Dodgers, GPP play, but we know Freddie can punch him out here. So.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything really jumping out. I mean, you could go with like Stroman's pitching well, but he's not worth it, enough to me. Yu's the only other one that I think if you want to be sneaky, but at 9,500, you're not really you're not getting that much extra money saved by taking him. But I think he can also be a dominant, game for him. So you could throw him as a GPP guy in there if you want, as one of your top, arms. John Gray, hey, Bumgarner at the same time just had a no-hitter for 7 innings. So if you want to throw, a dart out there for a GPP, he's coming off a good outing. He's not having a good year, but at the same time, he is Madison Bumgarner. So,
He's actually had a couple the last 2 pitches. We're so used to beating up on him. He had the 7 inning no-hitter too. So, I'm looking at Eovaldi too. Actually, there's a comment here. Who are you guys and what are your credentials? Well, Corey was a former professional pitcher, so I think he's got the credentials here to talk about Major League Baseball. So that's that. Nathan Eovaldi, I think that Texas game, they're playing in Texas. No runs are scored there. Especially when that roof is going to be closed tonight, I believe. Either way, nobody scores in that Texas field. Eovaldi thinks a sneaky play too. I guess Texas who doesn't hit. So that's
I like it.
Anybody else? I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No. I think that's about it. I'm like I said though, I'm also not a big GPP guy, so I don't even really look in that avenue too often. But I think we looked at everybody. If you want to get really crazy, you go look at Flexen as another GPP against the Angels. He's got a decent numbers for the year, but. No, I think I would stick with the guys you talked about. Peralta, his Dodgers lineup is not hitting great right now, but they could also, become an elite offense really fast. So, that's a deep, dark, for 9,500, I'm not spending that in a GPP. But
no,
Robbie Ray could be another one, but that's in a home, it's in a tough field.
I see Mookie's not playing for the Dodgers too. The Dodgers lineup is out, so. Okay, all right, that's it. So let's just get around to the bats. Starting at catcher. got a couple of directions we can go, but I think so. We're pretty much going to talk as if we're using the two big arms. So originally, when I was rating up my top plays, I was looking at Contreras. I mean, first you look at Contreras if you had the money. Good spot against Wade Miley. Contreras is a lefty killer, but I think we want to pay down. Higashioka is catching for the Yankees today, going against Scooble. That's now. I guess let's get this way first. First, the Yankees playing a high wind. Scooble's a fly ball pitcher, wind blowing out. So you get some of these Yankees that are fly ball hitters, and one of them is Higashioka. So he's in a big spot. I mean, he's got a global of 400 against.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a value just popped up was the kid the Twins just brought up. And Bren Wortvert? He's batting ninth, but he's 2K going against Brady's Singer. He's got the positive platoon. I mean, I'm going there to Wortvert. It's not that Alex Jackson is not I mean, he's got decent numbers, especially in the minors, but Jackson hasn't done anything so far this year. So might as well go 2K to Wortvert, and then you could definitely go some bats somewhere else, but you're not going to be paying much to catcher anyways.
Yep. Yeah, I like it. And nobody knows anything about him. So he's sitting in the 9 hole. He might have that, first at bat home run type thing. I mean, the crazy things have happened. It happens all the time. So, it's worth a shot.
That's a good call there. Yep. We've seen it happen before, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely, I mean, just looking real quick at his career, he's not an average guy whatsoever. He's definitely a catcher. He's not, like just looking at his number, he's not a hitting catcher. He's not like a Mike Piazza type of guy. I mean,
right.
Like last year he had 240. But he's got 5 homers last year. I mean, so it's small sample size of it, but he's a 22-year-old kid. He's young. So yeah, I mean, for $2,000, it's worth a shot because then you can actually pay up somewhere else. So I like it. And
there was a couple other spots I saw where I think you could really go if you had a couple $100 extra and you didn't want to go with this kid from Minnesota. Maldonado is only Martin Maldonado is only 2K going against Yarbrough. I mean, he's batting ninth. Maldonado, he's not hitting. That's his problem. I mean, he hasn't hit like 4 or 5 games, but we know we know we can hit. We've seen him before. Sandy Leon is batting. Is the Miami lineup out yet?
Yeah, he's batting 7th.
Okay, so you got Sandy Leon and only 2-4 against. I thought John Lester was retired, and so Lester's back again tonight, which is good because we got John Birdie, who I also like at 3-1. You can play him second or third, but anybody steals off John Lester. I was hoping to see Birdie leading off, but so you got Sandy Leon at 2-4 going against Lester. Leon's a switch hitter, I believe. And then you got Alex Jackson also. So there's a few other spots. If you have a couple extra $100, you don't have to go with this kid from Minnesota. You go to one of these other guys, but all those guys, you're pretty much taking a chance. They're punt plays for a reason. They're 2K for a reason, and that's it. If I can get to take a Shioka, I like that play. It's my favorite play, but I just don't think we can get to him. If we want to go the bats we want, going Bieber and Cole. If you're using Andrew Haney, then you go to Higashioka and then go to first base.
Yep.
Webb, somebody just asked about Webb, the SP2. You talking, if you're talking cash, I mean, for GPPs, you can't.
You're talking about the Dodgers lineup.
I mean, no, Webb's going as Padres.
Yeah.
Webb's a run. Hey, I mean, that's how you win GPP. So when you get a pitcher, every now and then you get a guy, you get 20 points out of Logan Webb, which is, he actually the last game is Miami. I remember he did really well.
Yep. 31 fantasy points.
Oh, there you go. So GPP only, but definitely they pretty much got all the big bats going tonight. Tatis's leading off, Michelle's in the order, Cronenworth batting 5th, which I like. Remember that we get second base. So yeah, Logan Webb GPPs. That's how you get GPPs with those guys. Okay, so first base, I think the big bat is Vlad playing in Dunedin. he's an ideal spot. He gets opposite hand pitcher and Smiley. Smiley's just gotten blown up this year. He's got double dog potential, definitely. To me, you probably have a chance for one big bat, and that's either going to be like a Vlad or a Kuna today. So we were talking about that earlier off the air. Vlad's in a great spot. Freddie, lefty versus lefty, but still Freddie can handle Robbie Ray. He's in a good spot. Or you can drop all the way down. I mean, I like Jared Walsh. I like Nate. Well, now Austin Meadows is first base eligible on DK. So Meadows in there, who I like a lot tonight. Or you go all the way down to a couple punts. Matt Duffy, who's on fire right now batting fifth, another good spot in Cincinnati, Hitters Park against Miley, a lefty. Or I just know people are playing Alex Kirilloff, who he needs to show me something first. We know he's a prospect. We know he's one of the top tiers in the organization, but he hasn't got on yet. So just keep that in mind. I like Duffy. If I'm going to punt, that might be the position I punt. If I go higher in the outfield, or if I'm not, I'm going to go all the way up to Vlad.
Yep. I'm on the same boat. Yeah. I mean, I looked at it. I mean, we talked about Vlad or Acuna. You got to pick one or the other if you're going to go, pay up. So, I mean, Vlad in that field for me is in a better spot than Acuna just because the ball flies there. And Vlad, like you said, he could have 3 home runs again. I mean, it could be really simple. So, I like the Vlad call. I mean, I don't think I'm on the Alex Kirilloff yet. I think he's batting like 100 still. So, yeah, it's not worth it. Like if I already am punting a catcher from the same team, I'm not going to take 2 guys that are both punts from the same lineup. So, I'd rather look at the Duffys and not a bad call, at 2,600 or
that's a smart call. I saw a couple notes here that Kirilloff has been smoking the ball. He's been very unlucky. I don't have his metrics in front of me, but that's a good call. I'm not going to go 2 twin punts. Yeah. So maybe if I go up somewhere else in catcher and have the money, maybe look at Kirilloff. But right now, the way Matt Duffy's hitting, I had no problem going back to Matt Duffy batting fifth against Wade Miley. I mean, Duffy hits lefties. We get the wind blowing out. I said it's a Cincinnati, the Hitters Park. It's blowing out 14 miles an hour, which isn't bad. You might see some runs scored that game. So yeah, I like Matt Duffy there. Actually,
yep.
If not, you're gonna go up to Vlad. So any GPPs, like I said, I like Meadows. Meadows is probably more of a GPP call. Anybody else? Not really. I'm either going Vlad or I'm going on Duffy. That's it. So
yep.
Sorry, second base. This could be another punt spot. We all know Josh Vietmetter is going to be popular again because of his price. Now, is that Arizona lineup? It is out. Vietmetter's batting second tonight. Because Rojas had a huge game last night. Now he drops down to 8th in the lefty versus righty situation. But now Rojas is only shortstop eligible, so we don't have to talk about Rojas in a second. But Vietmetter 2.6, he's just a weak hitter. He hasn't done it like everybody thought he was going to be. But he's eventually going to have a couple hits. My thing is, what is Vietmetter 2.6? If I can get up to Cronenworth, our boy Jake the Rake, if I can get up to that 3.8, I think 3.8 batting fifth, it may be tough. I like Cronenworth a lot in that spot for cash. But then we got Birdie, who's second base eligible, but he's going against Lester, who, if you get on against John Lester, Birdie's going. He's 3-1. So probably Birdie may be more in play. Oh, I didn't even know. What's the cheat sheet showing? Is it showing as Vietmetter?
Yeah, Vietmetter is 1. Birdie is 2, and Arroyo is 3.
Oh, so I didn't even realize Royal's in the lineup tonight for Boston, huh?
He's
I like Christian Arroyo leading off too. So good spot for Royal against Arihara. I just see that as a low scoring game there in Texas. So if you're gonna pay up though, I like Albies today, bat and clean up. He hits lefties much better. Robbie Ray is gonna give up a home run. He's now got 3 straight multi-hit games. So Escobar's always gonna be popular again. He's crushing the ball. 9 hits in his last 11 games. Should use him last night. He had that triple there. And then what about Rogue? I mean, Rogue is back in the Yankees lineup at 3-4. It does get you a cheap piece of of the Yankees if you want to. If you believe the ball's be popping out of that stadium.
Yeah, he's actually
That
3-7 now. Yeah, he's up to 3-7. So
this could end up being the game that road goes off too.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'd rather pitch to him than the other guys around him. So he should be seeing, pitches, but yeah, I just don't know. I mean, it's the Yankees. I'm not a Yankee fan, so it's tough for me to.
And it's lefty. I mean, Scuba's got talent. Scuba's going to strike out some people. So the problem is he's wild and he's extreme fly ball pitcher and it doesn't give up any ground balls. So especially if that wind is like they're saying tonight, he's going to be in for a long day. So Doors in play. That's going to be the tough. That's going to be a tough spot. I think to figure out where you're going to go at second. I think it's down to Van Meter, Birdie, or Rogue probably, because I don't think I'm going to pay up for an Ozzy. Marcus Semien, but I'm not paying 5-1 for him other spots, but his price though is going to keep people away. So if you're playing GPPs, Semien's in a great spot for GPPs. He's going to be low. Anybody else you like a second?
Not really. No, I mean, I'm actually going to pay down at that spot for me. I just don't think there's anybody worth at second base that I'm going to pay up for for today, just because I'm trying to find, I can get a big bat. I mean, I'm playing Aaron Hicks in the outfield. I know it might sound crazy, but he crushes lefties and it's in Yankee Stadium. So, that's probably one of the other Yankees I have in there. But yeah, second base wise, no, I mean, I have Birdie in there right now just because he actually has a pretty good, his last 10 games haven't been bad either. And like you said, I mean, if he gets on base, he can steal bags. Alex Avila is not a great catcher to throw guys out anyways too. So, if he can get on base and do a couple things, so that's where I'm at right now with him.
All right. So I could be with you. I could go Birdie. If I have a couple $100 more, I'm definitely going to put Cronenworth in there. If I can't get to him, I'd rather go Birdie. Of course, this would be the night then that Van Meter goes yard. And then, now I'm looking, Christian Arroyo's only 2.8.
Yep.
I didn't realize he was that cheap. So that does put Arroyo in play, man, against this Kia Hora, who actually hasn't done too bad the last game or so. It's righty on righty. I don't have Arroyo splits right in front of me. I might get into it, but 2.8 puts him in play. I like Christian Arroyo. Played him was it last Sunday though. He had an over, but he's due though too. So
yeah, he's only
great spring.
Yeah, he's one for his last 12. So that's the one thing you got to look at. He's one for the last 12. He's only got 4 RBIs on the year. So
that worries me.
Yep. Like Birdie's got better numbers right now for me. I mean, it's pay 300 more up. He's batting only 200, but he's got 2 homers. 8 RBIs. I mean, it's the Marlins we're talking about. So not the best team in the world either.
You just mentioned Birdie and brought me back. On my top plays, I actually wrote up my sneaky play of the day is Jesus Aguilar. I don't think he's not sneaky, but is everybody going to Dunedin and Yankee Stadium tonight? Aguilar is totally raking right now. I mean, you look at his logs, he is raking 4.7. Man, I mean, against Leicester, he's had 2 homers last 3 games. Then you look at his 3, 6, 7. He's had like 5 homers in his last 7 games. He's raking. So making more than one lineup, Aguilar 4.7s in play. All right, getting back to second base, you pretty much covered. If you're playing FanDuel, I'm looking. I think Van Meter at 2.0, which is probably a play. Just throw Van Meter in there. He's the cheapest, and move on. Third base, another tricky position because I think Gio is going to be popular. DK is refusing to move his price. I mean, that price is just a complete joke. He's still sitting there at 3.6. He's probably been the most consistent Yankee hitter in our lineup, but I don't think he's a great hitter. I love Chris Bryant's spot today. I think Bryant's in a rake spot today. I mean, he's got multiple hits now in back-to-back games. He's down over 300 on the season. He's got 6 homers, and he's 6 for 14 off Miley. Smash spot. So my favorite play is Bryant. I like Moustakas a lot too. He's not hitting that well, but he's batting clean up. He's got the positive platoon there with Arrieta. What are you thinking?
Um,
What's the ownership looking like?
So we got Urshela's got 12%. They're all kind of like coupled all around. Urshela's 12%. Birdie, who's also third base eligible, is at 11%. Moose is at 10. And then Cabrera and Escobar are 9 and 8, which I'm not paying 3,400 for, for those guys right now. Or Escobar. But yeah, I'm on Gio. I put him in there just because I do think you got to have some part of that Yankees lineup a little bit. I think I got I might have 3 guys in there right now. He's in my lineup. I mean, he's hitting in the 4-hole. He's surrounded by guys, right now that if they all go off at the same time, it's going to happen eventually. I mean, that lineup could score 12 runs a game. They're just not doing it on a consistent basis right now. But Garrett Cole on the mound, he gets a little bit better run support than like a DeGrom. So, you feel like he's going to probably, get his run support from those guys. The wind is blowing out. I mean, I live 45 minutes from New York City. I mean, it was 50-mile-an-hour winds today. It was nuts. Absolute craziness. So, and it's blowing out. So, I mean, these guys at short right field, I mean, these guys can just poke it over there. So, I'm on Gio.
That's your cleanup hitter. You got Stanton, 2 spots in front of him, locked in. Judge right in front of him. Yeah, I think Gio's a play. He's going to be high owned because of that, especially that price of people going Cole and Bieber. So, yeah, he's a play. I like Devers with GPP. Yeah, that it would just be foolish to go anywhere else. Yeah, you got 3-6. Filling hours less than Bryant.
Yep.
All right. Shortstop, we're looking at right away a Yankee again in Torres. Torres is probably your play in FanDuel. He's only 2.4. On DK though, he's 4.2. So you got a little bit more to look at. So at first you got Bo Bichette way up top. I mean, he's had a breakout year. And so he's got Vlad hitting behind him, and Dunedin had a home run yesterday. I like Trevor Story too today. Made a career out of hitting lefties. But then all the way down is I think you got Dansby Swanson at only 3.7, not having a great season, but you take that $500 savings from Torres, who also is not having a good season. But if you watched him yesterday, he's hitting the ball hard, had that double, way overdue for a home run. So, and he is making hard contact.
Yep.
But I don't want to end up with the whole Yankee lineup here either. That's my problem.
Yeah. Because right now, like I had Gleyber Torres in there, but now I've also got the 4-5 hitters. Currently in my lineup, I would have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Like now, all of a sudden, I'm putting a mini stack in for a cash line. So, I mean, I like the Dansby because it also gets you a little bit of that, the Toronto small park. I mean, he did have 2 big games, back to back, and now he's had 2, like not great games, but I mean, Robbie Ray, he's a hard throwing guy that, he can leave a ball up in the zone too. I mean, he could punch out 10 guys, but he's another guy that could also give up 3 solo home runs. So, I mean, if we get, Dansby's in the right spot at the right time, I mean, he could be a 2-run homer, solo homer. I mean, that field is tiny. I mean, I played there. It's not big. So.
And going against Robbie Ray. So peripherals are there. Yeah, I like I would like the Swanson too. So we're not stuck with the Yankees historically can end up with getting 3 hits tonight. So I like you also have this kid for Toronto. It's the Santiago Espinal playing today. He's like 3.4 just because of the park environment, maybe GPP. So he's been 8th. He's 3.9. I don't like that price. He's actually more expensive than Swanson. But that's kind of a way that you can mini stack. Like tonight, I absolutely love Lourdes Gurriel batting 7 at that 3-4. Love him in that righty-lefty matchup. You can start a stack of Gurriel, Espinal, Kirk, and swing around, take a Springer, Bichette, something like that. That's where you would play a guy like Espinal. GP, Tatis, Bogarts, all those guys. All the stud shortstops. Like I said, I like Story tonight. But if we're going with guys like Baez, you got to Cole and Bieber, you got to drop down somewhere, and this will probably be a spot when you got Dansby sitting there at 3.7.
Yep.
All right, our last position, outfield, and this is where and I agree with Don Day's comment. Bryant, I do like Bryant better. He's just so much more expensive than Urshela. If you're using those two big pitchers, I'm not a Bryant fan, but I do like him tonight. So outfield up top, Stanton's locked in. He's going to be popular, but man, he is locked in. He's hit 419 over his last 7 games, 3 homers. He's a lefty masher. He's got Scooble on a mound, locked in, great spot. Acuna, I mean, great. He's a great hitting environment today down here in Dunedin. I said that's like 10 minutes from my house here, and it's hot. And then they got Ozuna, might be the best out of all of them, just because he's still in like 5-2. He's got homers in 2 straight games, and we know when Ozuna gets hot, he'll get homers in bunches. So they're my guys up top. Is anybody else you looking like up top that we could be looking at? 5K
No.
or above?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm flipping the coin between the Acuna and the Stanton. You know, like you can't get them both in there. Like I like Springer, I like him against the lefties. You know, and then at the small park too. But you know, it's really going to come into like it's almost like we're playing 2 games. But I think that's where all the value. I think that's where the ownership is going to take everybody, no matter what anybody looks at. I think that's what's going to happen. So, you know, now you just have to pick the right pieces. So, yeah, those are all the guys up top. I mean, middle of the road, like I do like Aaron Hicks just as like a lefty hitter. You know, he crushes lefties. You know, he's always a good, left-handed hitting batter. You know, facing a left-handed pitcher. But then again, like, do I want 3 Yankees, 2 Braves, and a Minnesota guy? So yeah, I mean, there's so many different avenues you can go. But I like Stanton. I actually have Stanton in there right now over Acuna, just because I think he is hitting. He is a little bit on fire right now, and he's in a good spot.
Yep.
And I mean, the wind is flying. I'm telling you, the wind is blowing out there. It still is. I can hear it outside my house.
So there we go. So I agree with your stand. And if we play Stanton instead of Acuna, we can still get in. Like I mentioned, Lourdes Gurriel at 3-4. I love the spot he's in. I like Tio. I would probably play one of these days now. But like Tio, who's batting cleanup today. Springer leading off, still getting into. His only what's the second game, first game, whatever. He's played 1 game. One of those guys. One of my favorites, I think, tonight is I like Austin Meadows a lot tonight. Leading off for Tampa at that price is only 3-4 against McCullers in a lefty-righty matchup. McCullers is just not the pitcher that we've seen before. His strikeout rate is even down more this year. He got blown up by Detroit, blew him out. The Angels, he made 15 DK points. Lasted 6 innings. I'm not a McCullers guy. So I like Meadows. I said Lourdes Gurriel I like a lot. Grichuk. I mean, all the Jays. Oh, and my favorite punt is anytime I see Matt Joyce in there, and Joyce is batting tonight, and he gets paid to hit righties. The only problem with Joyce is he may get pinch hit later on in the game. The Stromer doesn't scare me. I like Matt Joyce tonight. If you need a punt, he's minimum 2-4 maybe or 2-2.
Yeah.
So
he's been around for a long time
Clint
too.
Frazier.
Yeah, he had a homer yesterday, I think, or the night before. I'm trying to remember. They all run together, but yeah, I mean that lineup is it's gonna get hot. It is the Yankees. I mean they rely on the home runs so much. That's the biggest thing you got to worry about with those guys is that that's the only way they score runs. So, if they're facing a guy that's gonna, like you said, Scooby's got good stuff. I mean, he could punch out 10 too. Because they are free swingers, but they could also hit 4 homers. So,
and he's gonna get strikeouts tonight.
Yeah,
if you look at his strikeout percentage, he's got a high walk percentage though too. So he's gonna get his points. But I think all nights this is the night to look at New York because of that wind. It's probably a better chance. We've seen Toronto down here in Florida in this heat where we thought they're going to then get 2 hit. And I can't remember who the pitcher was, but it's a scrub pitcher, but he looked like Max Scherzer out there. It was like 2 weeks ago. Question: Meadows or Asdrubal? Meadows over Asdrubal. Cabrera's a good spot today. I'm a Meadows guy though today. Lopez or Webb SB2 Lopez. I love Pablo Lopez. Obviously, you're a GPP player. But I mean, Webb's in a bad spot, but I like Lopez. Does
Yep.
Toronto does yeah, we've been calling him Astro for years. Does Toronto, Atlanta have decent bullpens? Now you say that too. And I just actually had the bullpen numbers called up now, and I just let go of them. Atlanta's got a decent bullpen, right, Corey? I believe.
Yeah. I don't have that stuff up right now, but yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, like, yeah, that. I mean, I don't even.
I would.
I wouldn't put that into my thought process for my cash lineup though.
And yeah, and not tonight. I mean, that's a bandbox you're playing in here. It's hot down here. They're putting those balls down here in the humidor, so that adds to it. I mean, this is like Coors right now. They got like another tweaks are playing there. So, pretty much you're playing cash. You're playing the New York guys or the Florida guys. The way I'm looking at it.
Yep.
Another name I didn't mention, Jesse Winker. I love Winker tonight, leading off against Arrieta. These Reds are just too damn expensive. You can see all these Reds like $5K and stuff. It's crazy. But Winker, I like Winker today. I'm not gonna be able. He won't be in my cash, but don't sleep on him tonight. Okay. Prize picks, and then I got to get out of here. I called up 2 when I did my top plays. Austin Hayes is only a 6, so I don't mind that. I actually like. I didn't mention Austin Hayes today, but I like him. He better be in the lineup, right? Let me. Why is their lineup not out yet?
Because it's in Oakland. Yeah.
Okay, Oakland, and I got DJ over 8 for the Yankees. DJ is also in play too. We didn't really mention him. Because his high price tag base, but DJ doesn't play. I think he over an 8. Taking those Yankee bats. Anybody that's like 8 or 8.5 on price picks, I would take them today in Yankee Stadium. All right. Any other questions before I bounce out of here? Tomorrow we have a show. I haven't even looked at the slate yet, but we have a show at noontime tomorrow. It won't be. I mean, the slate won't start any earlier than 1. We'll probably cover the early slate as long as there's enough games. But we'll have a show tomorrow, and we'll have a show. I think Corey's gonna try to be on with me Sunday, right? Sunday at noon.
Yep.
For the Sunday all day slate. So let's have a good night tonight. Last night I made a couple stupid moves, but we're right there. So we should have some good numbers here tonight. All right, guys. Thank John Moffat, our producer. Great job again. Thank you, Corey, for being a guest host with me. Appreciate it. Anytime you're on, it's a good show. Good luck, guys, and deuces. We're out of here.
See you guys.